What is up, guys? My name's the Simian. My name is Yen. I play The Sims. Did you see what I did there? Alright, guys, so after that Sim Summit that we got 4 months ago, full of nonsense, but the one thing that came out of this was the infant update. And guys, it is finally here. Some of you guys even took the days off from whatever you had to do just so you guys could be able to play this big update. Well, guys, it's finally here, and The Sims actually took to Twitter stating about any conflicts with external created content, so remember to remove any game mods and custom content in preparation for tomorrow's release. Sims Direct even included a patch list saying backing up and resetting The Sims 4 and what to do, and they went even into detail as far as even being able to show step by step on exactly what to do. And of course, by now I hope you guys have already done that, because I'm sure the Infinite update is out. Simgrew Doi actually tweeted, "Happy Infants and Growing Together Week, y'all. What an exciting week. I've been hearing a lot of praise since the live stream, and I'm humbled, but I thought it'd be fun before the madness of this week to do a little thread. Game development is hard, man. Sometimes I think it's a miracle that any game developer ever comes out at all. Thinking of technologies to help people understand what I even do is common to compare someone like a lead designer to a movie director. I've said before that making games is like a team sport where you play the whole game first and then find out the score afterwards, so let's dip into the sports metaphor well again. A design lead is kind of like a team captain, but the team doesn't actually win or lose because of the captain growing together is nothing without the whole development and design team that worked on it. As a lead, I keep an eye out on certain things so individual teammates can focus on their work. Pack cohesiveness, team morale, and communication with other disciplines, overall design goals. These are also things that entire team is aware of, but I feel more responsible. I don't make the passes or take the shots that actually win the game. Sometimes I'm on the field helping set it up. Sometimes I'm watching from the sidelines. The feature you end up loving, that was designed by one of them. So when you feel the rush of joy from growing together later this week, please attribute that to a diverse team of designers all working together to make it happen, and not just to me. I'm an important part of the team, but nonetheless, we all make it happen." Now, of course, he was a lead designer on The Sims 4 Growing Together, which is coming out in just a couple of days, and there has been a lot of early access videos out with that. Some good, some bad reviews, but I'll actually get into that in just a little bit. I'm actually one of the people that haven't watched any early access videos as far as, as of today. But go ahead and comment down below and let me know before we even dive into that. Have you guys watched any early access videos? Now, I do want to get into a couple of Simmers tweets about the whole update and growing together, and someone by the name of Crossing Momo said it's a very exciting week in the Sims 4 community. I love this for us. Hashtag The Sims 4. Someone else by Harold Sim said, "When moving mod CC and saves, do not forget your tray files. You want to move those over as well. Tray files are pretty much all of your sim builds and your library," and I am so happy she tweeted this because I didn't even think about this. And I did say I'm seeing a little pattern of everyone who's getting early access for Growing Together, and I'm sure most of you already have seen for yourself exactly who actually got early access release. Now, it's kind of the same EA Game Changers over and over, but again, I will get into that topic in just a moment. But I really want to know, have you guys watched any early access videos, and have you guys found the reviews to be helpful? And for those who didn't, I would ask you why. I am going to get into a couple of tweets, and one being a very big sim YouTuber. She actually even stated by the name of Fake Gamer Girl said, "I'm not going to pretend like it's not disheartening to have made nothing but Sims content for 3 years in a row and still not be invited for any early access content. I know at the end of the day it doesn't really matter, but I've put so much work and love and effort into my channel." She just go on to say, "I don't know, man. I just feel like I'm an outsider in this community, and I never really wanted to say anything because I didn't want to kick up or fuss or anything, but I'm just sad, man." And then someone else responded when I mentioned, "Am I the only one who wasn't watching any early access videos?" And most of you guys, 60% said, "No, I'm gonna wait," but 39% of you said, "I've binged all of them." Now, I'm very curious again, have you guys or have you not? Someone else responded saying, "Just haven't found anyone I relate to watch," and that was by Sims Naily. So I'm very curious, have you guys found someone that you guys could actually watch and really trust their judgment? Now, I'm saying that there's only one EA Game Changer that I'll actually go out and watch myself, but for the sake of me being completely thrown into Growing Together and me doing a full review just for you guys when I get access to this, I will not be watching any early access videos. Now, I do want to get into a couple of tweaks by the name of Shroom Boy said, "Am I the only one who finds early access completely kills my hype for ending The Sims 4? The pack could be amazing, but with early access, literally everything gets shown off, and I'm so bled by the time the pack actually comes out." Someone by the name of Gisp said, "I stopped watching any streams from The Sims team and Game Changers who have early access because it leaves nothing for me to find myself. I never watched them when Sims 3 was coming out, and I think that's a big reason why Sims 4 hasn't been as exciting for me in the past. And I can definitely see a pattern within this. And someone by the name of Unicorn Kitty Ari said, I watched a lot, and to be honest, I'm waiting for cross-pack play. The gameplay is very engaging, but I'm skeptical of glitches, and I can already see a modder making a mod to turn off the Sims who asks to stay over. I feel like that will get annoying very quickly. Now, I'm very curious again as to what you guys feel about all of this, and I do think the reason that a lot of people are skeptical about the, EA Game Changers announcing some of the things that are going on with Growing Together is because a lot of the times they're just not trustworthy when it comes down to actually talking about criticism within the game. Now, I did find this tweet interesting by an EA Game Changer who actually had early release, and we're going to get into that right now. Someone by the name of Cookie Heim said, I have a question. I know we just got high school years, but did you play with teenagers? Did the teen gameplay change too? Deligracy actually responded saying, I haven't played with a teen yet. Sorry. And I actually found that very interesting considering isn't Growing Together about all family units, whether it's elders, whether it's teens, young adults, infants. And I know the main focus right now is infants because we're getting the infant update, but I do feel like as a part of Growing Together, teens should have been acknowledged within this pack. And that's one thing I just didn't like because I guess they felt like just because they did high school years and that was a dedicated pack to teens, but yet it was also still filled with wormholes, empty gameplay, and just not enough content as far as being able to call it an expansion pack. A lot of Simmers did feel like it should have been a game pack because of the things that it was lacking, and it just, again, the trailer was very, very dramatized compared to what we actually got, and it was one of those cases of what we wanted versus what we got. But with a lot of EA Game Changers with early access, a lot of people were quick to take to Twitter about their concerns regarding the Growing Together pack. We are actually going to get into a couple of tweets, and then of course my thoughts and opinions towards the end. Someone by the name of Letty Simmer said, how in the hell do fake neighbors' houses in every world have their own cars? Now ours. Be for real. And as you guys can see, the Sims team does this very, very often when it comes down to putting cars into lots when we know for a fact there's no cars in the game. Someone else by the name of Cherry X said, oh my gosh, I'm loving the bathroom and bedroom sets, especially the swatches. Now here's a little behind the scenes early access of the new bathroom and bedroom swatches that we will be getting and a couple of items that we will be seeing within Growing Together. Someone else by the name of Developed Sin said, sorry, low quality, and it's already been said, but just catching Little Simsy's build review now, and the thought came to me, is the reason for the giant space on your lot to have a driveway and car added by the team prior to Growing Together release? Maybe we're getting cars after all. And as you guys can see again with the driveway, that is so weird. Why do they put that there when they know that we don't have cars in the game? Someone else by the name of Developed Sims also said, she said that they couldn't do much outside due to the limited housing space. But then again, look at all of this space around it. I don't know, guys. What is your opinions on this? This is just very, I don't know. Anyway, someone else by the name of Sims 4 Idea said, very colorful furniture. I imagine it also fitting to a high school pretty well. And as you guys can see, a lot of these does look like classroom items, and it looks like it could blend in, maybe even making an own middle school or elementary school for those who love to build. What are your thoughts, opinions on this? And I'm going to get into the next tweet. Someone else by the name of Jack of All Games 7 said, it's the most interesting part of the neighborhood, but unfortunately there's no lots on it, just either side or behind, which feels like a major oversight. And as you guys can see, he's talking about the empty shell that's facing towards the water, and for some reason they decided that should not be buildable, but right next to it across the street was where guys, that was a perfect opportunity to put townhomes. What were they thinking? I don't know. You guys let me know down below in the comments because that was a perfect opportunity for townhomes. Someone even responded to Deligracy saying, really? After watching James, the autonomy seemed to be quite glitchy. He even said so himself. It's similar to when Sims keep wanting to check on toddlers, but instead they're continuously doing random infant commands and ignoring the queue even with autonomy off. Now, she does go on to say, I did find autonomy similar to toddlers, but less frustrating. Overall, gameplay seemed good. I was thinking more like Wedding Stories level glitches. In comparison, this runs well. Playing it when it comes out is the real test though, with all the packs running. Now, if you ask me, if you compare any pack to my Wedding Stories, of course it's going to be over glamorized and make it look like there's nothing wrong. But I do feel like if you felt like something was off with the game, you should mention that. But again, I didn't watch her early access review, so let me know down below if she even mentioned that. Again, someone else by the name of Urban Sims, who is also an EA Game Changer, stating, going to say one of my pet peeves about infants is how many times my sim picks them up and puts them down. Not to mention how many interactions are interrupted by my sim butting in to take care of an infant is actually quite chaotic. Deligracy actually responds saying, I think they said instead tuned the Sims to prioritize caring for infants more, or at least one adult will. My mama Sim kept getting up to look after them on the brink of passing out, and then Urban Sims did respond saying they need to tune it down a little bit. And Iron Seagull did respond saying, oh no, this sounds just like the high chair for toddlers. Now, I'm very curious what is going to be the truth when it comes down to playing this actual Growing Together game. And if you guys tweeted it, I wonder, did they even mention this within their video? Because again, the video is supposed to announce early access, and then you go on and tweet, you know, all the problems that are going on within the game instead of actually mentioning it in the video. Now, again, I didn't watch any of their early access videos, so they could have mentioned it, but I'm just going based off the tweets that I see here and just a reoccurring pattern that I did see. But we're going to get into a few more tweets, and then again, my thoughts and opinions towards the end. Now, someone by the name of Evan Lee 24 said they were so wrong for not making this a law. Imagine how nice it would have been to live here. And as you guys can see, we have another house that is built on a dock, and I just don't understand why they wouldn't have made this functional. Again, they didn't even mention anything about boats when they said that stay tuned for the live stream for more WaterWave news, and yet the boats aren't even functional themselves. Someone else responded by the name of Rainy2727 said this in the restaurant on the dock. Missed opportunities for sure. Now, I'm very curious as to what you guys feel about this whole thing, and do you guys feel like any EA game changers that you watched are completely trustworthy when it comes down to the review? Did they mention anything that could have been off, whether it was autonomy, whether it was built in by, and whether it was their own, opinions? And again, I do feel like, yes, their opinions are like, okay, yeah, we get it. You love the pack. We understand that. You're an EA game changer. Of course, you're going to say you love the pack, but at the end of the day, did you guys get into the nitty gritty of what we actually wanted to hear? What's going on with the bugs? Is there any glitches? And honestly, how do you guys feel about the swatches? What about the colors? Like, these are the things that a lot of simmers want to hear. And that's why a lot of people were very disappointed when it came down to the amount of EA game changers that had access to even the early access Growing Together expansion pack. Now, speaking of bugs and glitches, a lot of simmers actually had a lot of concerns when it came down to the turnaround time between mods and CCs being fixed. Now, a lot of modders and CC creators were actually getting a lot of complaints about any ETA times, what was going to happen, how long was it going to be. And a lot of simmers were just not here for it. And someone by the name of BLVCK_Sims4 said, people really asking modders when are they going to update the game? Like, the update not even out. How are we supposed to even know what's broken? Someone else by the name of That Sims Lady said, did they? I am tired of fixing this for people. And of course, this is after the Sims made a statement saying this is for promotion. There is a new keepsake box item coming in Growing Together that can hold photos. You'll be able to pass down these keepsakes to other Sims. And she does go on to respond saying, did you fix the bug that turns photos black inside non-shared inventories? Asking because I'm getting really tired of helping people retrieve their photos from previous saves. Ooh, so I don't know, guys. There's a lot of things that are going on right now within the Sims community when it comes down to not only the update but Growing Together, as well as the mods and CC creators really feeling the pressure on having to get everything right. So again, guys, I'm very curious as to hear your opinions and thoughts on all of these topics down below. And with that being said, I do want to mention that I am going to be doing an infant review, and that will be tomorrow's video, as well as doing a Growing Together expansion pack review as well, once I have access to it. I know it's going to be very saturated with a very lot of people posting all kinds of stuff about Growing Together, but again, I do want to give my reviews, and some of you guys are actually genuinely wanting to hear mine as well. With that all being said, I want to thank you guys so much for not only watching this video but continuously supporting my YouTube channel as well. We are on the road to 20k, and once we get to 20k, there'll be another giveaway. Again, thank you guys so much for all the love and support, and I will see you guys all in the next video. Bye.